Welcome, everyone. It is 7 o'clock. That means we can hit start on this game. We're coming to you from Miller Park. There are all the things. Here's your starting pitchers for tonight. It's going to be Vince Velazquez versus Eric Lauer. A rematch of when they met in Philadelphia a couple weeks ago. Both looking for their first win on the season. And the Brewers looking for the sweep of Philadelphia. Welcome to Miller Park. Phillies and Brewers have played 3 extra inning games so far. Brewers have come out ahead in all of them. We'll see if the Brewers can make it 4 straight in just 9 innings as they take on the Philadelphia Phillies coming up right after we look at this sign for a very early Brewtober time sign. Eric Lauer is the starting pitcher tonight for the Brewers. This is his 4th start of the season. He's 0-2. 3.21 ERA. 8 walks, 10 strikeouts. Trying to get that under control. Last pitched on Saturday against the Mets. He went 5 innings. Gave up 4 hits. Gave up 1 run, which was a home run in the loss. He's going to face off against Scott Kingery here tonight. Here's the first pitch. And that's a grounder over to Hira. He's going to make a quick bob. He's going to have to hurry with it, but Kingery is on. And this game is underway with an error. So Hira, last night's hero, bobbles that one, and the good wheels of Scott Kingery give the Phillies a leadoff man. Just put the glove down, get the hand on top of it to keep it in front of him, or at least keep it in the glove. And the Phillies have someone on here. Andrew Mccutchen up to bat. He's on a 4-game hitting streak. Didn't play the first 2 games of this series. Was out with a bruised foot. That one's out, 1-0. Brewers second in the Central coming into today with an 11-7 record. The big story is Christian Yelich went on the IL after last night's game. Saw Ben Gamel there. He's going to start over in right. So has him and Ryan Braun in a platoon, and that hits foot. And Lauer's got 2 runners on here.
Batting third. The right
in the second, right away. Right in one of those situations. Bryce Harper comes up to bat. So Christian Yelich is on the 10-day injured list. He's going to be out for 1 or 2 weeks, according to the medical report. Tyrone Williams was called up, or Tyrone Taylor, I'm sorry. Tyrone Taylor was called up in his spot while he's on the injured list. A couple of moves made by the Brewers. They also had their third baseman on their AAA team leave yesterday's game to go on the injured list, so they had to make a bunch of roster moves. As Harper grounds one into the hole, and he's got a base hit. Kingery is around third. Gamel's throw is going to be cut off, and the Phillies have a 1-0 lead with nobody out here in the first. So a rough start for Lauer. An unearned run as Kingery reached on the air, and Bryce Harper, who had not had a hit against the Brewers this season, gets a hit in last night's game, has a hit today, and gets an RBI. So Brewers in an early hole here tonight. And Rhys Hoskins steps up. Had 3 RBIs in yesterday's game. All the runs that the Phillies scored were via his bat. First and second, nobody out here. Pitch from Lauer's in there for a strike. Here's the 0-1, swing and a miss. So quickly up 0-2 on Hoskins. Last time that Lauer, he did pitch against the Phillies back in Philadelphia. Went 4 innings, gave up just the 1 run in a no decision. Brewers would go on to win that game. Here's the 0-2, called strike 3. Good slider that came in there. Hoskins wasn't looking for that one, and Lauer has a strikeout.
That is it.
I'll bring up JT Realmuto. That one's down. It's 1-0. Realmuto was 0 for 4 in yesterday's game. Did have a walk. 2 for 10 in the series. Brewers and Phillies closing out this 4-game series. Brewers looking for the sweep, not only of this series, but of the season series. That one misses as well. It's 2-0. Pitch to Realmuto right on the Bottom of the zone, it's a 2-1 count. Phillies getting their first 3 runners on. One out here, already got a 1-0 lead. Romuto fouls that one away. Check with McCutchen at second. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one's fouled again. Count remains 2-2. Swing and a miss, so goes after the high fastball. And Lauer has back-to-back strikeouts. They're hoping to get out of this inning with only having the Phillies score 1 run. Didi Gregorius up to bat, having a good series against the Brewers. There's the pitch, and there's a fly ball to center. Kane's going to be there, and that's a good bounce back. So Lauer allows the first 3 on, but gets the next 3 and gives up 1 here in the top of the first. We'll take a look at that new lineup for the Brewers when we come back. So Vince Velazquez is going to get his 4th start of the season for the Phillies. Had a rough go of it his last outing, Saturday against the Reds. Only went 4 1/3. Gave up 6 earned. Had 4 strikeouts in the loss. He's given up 7 home runs already this season. That's most in this Phillies rotation. He's going to face off against Lorenzo Cain here, so that's part of the order staying. But Eric Sogard, being the start at third, is going to be in the 2-hole. And he starts Cain off with a slider in the dirt. It's 1-0. Phillies 6-13, last in the East. Braves lead that division. They're closing up a 4-game set against the Mets. That's where the Brewers head after today's game. Here's the 1-0 to Cain. Misses away, 2-0. There's a slider that's in there. It's 2-1. So Brewers have a lot of shuffling going on in the order. Not so much in some of the more expected places as Cain hits one to center. Williams is there, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. So here's how that lineup looks. So Cain leads off. Sogard in the 2-hole for Yelich. Hira, Garcia, Narvaez, that stays the same. Justin Smoke, who had the 2 home runs yesterday, stays in the 6th spot. Ben Gamel bats 7th. Orlando Arcia at short is batting 8th. And the pitcher Eric Lauer rounds it out for Craig Counsell's crew. So Ben Gamel and Ryan Braun, they're going to be trading off time based on the starter in right field. Smoke, with his good performance yesterday, is going to be at first base for the foreseeable future. And because he's a switch hitter, he can be in there in any situation. As there's a grounder right to Hoskins, he'll take himself for out number 2.
Batting third, the second baseman, Keston.
That brings up Keston Hira. Having another mammoth series against the Phillies. Had the walk-off sacrifice fly in the 12th on Tuesday. Just missed a grand slam in that situation, too. Takes a strike. And then yesterday in the bottom of the 10th, with 2 outs, it's a 2-run homer to walk off that game as well. Gets brushed back. It's 1-1. And Hira has been lights out against the Phillies this season, this series. That one misses, 2-1. Hira was 6 for 12 with a home run when they played in Philadelphia. He's 6 for 13 with that sacrifice fly here in Milwaukee, and that one's in there for a strike. 3 for 5 yesterday, had 3 RBIs. 2-run homer in the 10th was the big one, though. And that's a called strike 3. Good pitch. Here's a little more mad at himself than the umpire, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Velazquez. After 1, Phillies lead by 1. Nick Williams leads off the second for the Phillies. Leads the team in doubles, had 2 in last night's game. He has 10 on the season. That one's in there for a strike. Williams struggled against the Brewers in Philly, but is having a good series here in Milwaukee. Here's the 0-1 pitch, just on the corner, 0-2. He went 0 for 4 in the first game, but then was 1 for 3 on Tuesday, 2 for 4 last night. And hits that one to left, Garcia chasing after it. And he's going to make the play in foul territory for out number 1. So we'll take a look at that defense without Yelich in there. Garcia, Kane, and Gamble are in the outfield. First time that this outfield has been this way. Sogard, Arcia, Hira, and Smoke around the horn. Omar Narvaez behind home plate. And he's catching Eric Lauer. So coming into today, Brewers' 6th best defense in the league. Josh Harrison in there with the lefty on the mound. Takes a strike. Harrison playing second base when there's a lefty on the mound. Walker out of tonight's lineup. Gregorius moves over to third base, and Kingery moves over to second base. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Lauer. And that's a grounder right at Hira. Misplays that one again, but he's going to have time maybe to make it, and he does to get the out. So 2 hot shots at Hira. 1 for 2 making those plays.
Number 21, Velazquez.
Now bring up the opposing pitcher, Vince Velazquez. Sorry, I got mildly distracted. I'm getting asked what I want from Dairy Queen. So here's the pitch, and that's a foul ball. Velazquez, no hits on the season. There's the 0-1 from Lauer. And that's a grounder right back to Eric. Makes the throw, and that's going to retire the side. So a good bounce back for Lauer after giving up the run in the first. He retires the Phillies in order as we head to the bottom of the second. Avisail Garcia is in there to lead off the second.
The left fielder.
4 home runs on the season, 10 RBIs.
Garcia.
And he rips that one right at Gregorius. And there's going to be 1 pitch and 1 out here to start the second. Mentioned some changes with lefty on the mound. Here they are. McCutchen, Williams, Harper. That doesn't change. But here's where it does change. Gregorius over at the hot corner now. Kingery moves over to the left side. Josh Harrison gets the start for Neil Walker. He's at second. Rhys Hoskins at first. And Gold Glove winner from a year ago, JT Realmuto, catches Vince Velazquez here in Milwaukee. Omar Narvaez steps up to the plate, batting .370. Below 400 for the first time in about a week or so. He's been hitting very well. Good reason why Council likes him in this 5 spot now. That one misses down low, 2-0. Narvaez not only doing really well hitting the ball, but doing a good job of keeping himself in bats, putting the ball in play. He's only struck out 6 times this season. That's the least on this Brewer team. On a team that, as a whole, has not struck out a lot anyway. Coming into the series, they're 3rd least majors as Narvaez hits that one up the silo. Gregorius is going to come behind the mound to make the catch for out number 2.
Batting 5th, the first baseman, Justin Smoke.
That brings up Justin Smoke. He's getting his 3rd straight start of the season. Hit 2 home runs in yesterday's game. And with Yelich out, Braun can move to the outfield in a platoon, and Smoke's going to be your everyday first baseman for the foreseeable future. Take a look at the shift going on there. Infielders playing on that right side. Outfield even shaded a little bit to right as well. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one misses, 2-0. 2-1 from Velazquez. That one's foul off to the left side, and it's 2-1. The Brewers are going to need to find some home run production from somewhere. That one misses, 3-1. Hopefully Justin Smoke can provide some of that. He showed he can in last night's game. Him and Yelich are the only Brewers who have hit multiple home runs in a game this season. 3-1 pitch, fouled back into the net. It's 3-2. Yelich being out for at least about 2 weeks probably. Full count pitch, driven foul. Got a hanging curveball and he was just out in front of it. So the Brewers are going to have to possibly get some runs by, manufacturing them here and there. Full count pitch. That's hit over to left. Long run for Mccutchen. Still racing after it, and he's going to get there for the out. So Mccutchen covering some ground. Kind of looking like the center fielder he used to be in Pittsburgh. And the Brewers go down in order. Still trail by 1 after 2. Top of the order here for the Phillies in the third. Scott Kingery reached on an error in the first. Later scored on the Harper base hit. Pitch from, and that's a hot one right at Smoke. 1 pitch, 1 out as Smoke takes it himself.
The left fielder, number 22.
So both these teams know they got to hop a plane after this game, so I guess just trying to get through these at-bats as fast as possible. As Andrew Mccutchen steps in, he got hit by a pitch last in the first, right on the top of his foot. And he takes a ball. That was a bit Lauer with the arm up, not sure where that one missed. Kind of agree with him on that one. Looked like it was right in the zone. Well, we're going to give a little bit of a stare down, shake of the head. Take a deep breath, young man, and get back on the rubber and just bounce right back. Like I said, they have ejections in this game. You can get ejected. I don't know how that's possible. I think it's from hitting players with pitches intentionally and not from arguing. So McCutchen fouls one off. So I don't know. That's just what I would think that it'd be really cool. You could get rung up if you did too much of an animation, but that one misses 3-1. That one didn't miss by much, that's for sure. Harper's on deck. He's got an RBI single. Here's the 3-1. That one's in there for a strike. That looks not as good as the one that was called a ball earlier in the at-bat, but what can you do? Full count pitch coming up, and that one's hit into the gap. That's going to get to the wall. Should be extra bases for Mccutchen. Kane's got it, makes the throw in, and McCutchen's in there with a stand-up double. 7th double of the season for McCutchen. Phillies have a runner in scoring position for Bryce Harper with 1 out. Good piece of hitting, got a little hanger. And he banged it to the wall. I'll bring up Bryce Harper, who, based on his at-bats in yesterday's game, his first one here, you feel like he's just about ready to break out for a monster game. He's already on his way. He's 1 for 1. Just his second hit with a runner in scoring position on the season in the first. He's been struggling mightily in all aspects at the plate. And Kane didn't help him out last night. Kane robbing him of a home run at the wall. Another Gold Glove play. Check out the highlights on this YouTube channel to see that. As Harper takes one for a strike. Oh, 1 pitch. Misses. It's 1-1. Harper had 1 hit in yesterday's game, like I mentioned earlier. Broke his 0 for the series slump that he was in against the Brewers. I feel like he's got a lot of those slumps going on against other teams. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase that high fastball. It's 1-2. McCutchen at second. 1 out here, top of the third. Phillies already lead by 1. Here's the pitch. Just missed on the inside corner. Good pitch. Harper had a good eye on it. It's called a ball. Here comes the 2-2. Slider misses down low. Full count. Now we're checking over at McCutchen. Here's the pitch. And that's a fly ball to left, but Garcia's got plenty of room. McCutchen's about a quarter of the way there. He's going to go back to second. And there's 2 away.
The first baseman, number 17, Rhys Hoskins.
Rhys Hoskins is going to bat with a runner at second and 2 outs. And there's a strike. Good slider. This is where the Phillies have struggled in this series. They've had opportunities for a lot of big innings. They left 13 men on base in yesterday's game. Weren't able to cash them in. Took the 5-3 loss. And so far tonight, 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position already. Here's the 1-1 to Hoskins. He fouls it away. 1-2. Nick Williams had a couple of doubles with nobody on and wasn't able to get in on either one of them. Here's the 1-2. Just misses inside. It's 2-2. Good fastball pitch. Tried to tie up Hoskins on a goofy little protective swing. Hoskins having a good series. Here's the 2-2. Popped him up. Garcia is right there. And Lauer is going to work around the double. So a double by Mccutchen. He gets stranded. Brewers coming up in the third, trailing by 1.
Leading off for the Brewers.
So Ben Gamel leads off the third, getting his first start of the season. Kind of a pseudo start in yesterday's game. He came in after Yelich went out with a hip injury, and that's what the diagnosis is. It's hip inflammation, so should just be 1 to 2 weeks. But Gamel, in his appearance coming in, he takes a strike. Had a double, single. He walked in the 10th to extend that inning. And then Hira hit him in with the home run. So technically he had the game-winning run. He's going to be in right field with Ryan Braun. Well, Yelich is out. Fastball misses outside. It's 1-1. Down, McCutchen makes the dive. Gamel's heading to 2, and he's going to be in there with a sliding double. So good play by McCutchen, but just can't quite get in the glove. And Gamel has doubles in back-to-back nights. And the Brewers have a runner in scoring position with nobody out here in the third. Just off the edge of the glove. And Gamel hustling all the way. Legs that one out for a double. That brings up Orlando Arcia, looking to get back on track. Had his 5-game hitting streak snapped on Monday. He's gone hitless his last 2 games. Velazquez starts him out with a strike. Check with Gamel over there. Good wheels at second. Here's the pitch. Ripped down the line, and that is going to one-hop the wall. So Gamel's in. Arcia's on his way to second, and Arcia trades places with Gamel and ties it up at 1 here in the third.
Batting ninth, the pitcher, Aaron Lauer.
So a good job by Arcia. Takes that pitch right down the line. Gamel scores easily. And the Brewers still in business here in the third. Good piece of hitting there. That brings up Eric Lauer. Doesn't have an average, but does have a sacrifice fly against these Phillies. He's going to drop down a bunt, try to get Arcia over to third. And he pulls back. And it's 1-0. Squares again, and bunts it down the third base line, but it's going to be foul. Looked like it was right on the line, but umpires call it foul. It's 1-1. Another square, but pulls it back. 2-1. It's a good job pulling that bunt back. At least the offer. It's always tough to do. Sometimes you get a little too in the mindset of getting one down. You end up chasing pitches, or you get a strike on you. That one's going to get down. Lauer gets the job done. Arcia is over to third. That'll be a sacrifice. And 1 away here in the third.
The center fielder, Lorenzo Kane.
Good bunt by Lauer. No one at third, so no play there. And Lauer gets the job done. It's always tough to You know, some of those can be tricky ones to bunt. And if you're, like I was saying, if you get in a situation where you're just like, you get the mindset, like, I gotta get this down. Sometimes you'll drop the head of the bat, and then that pops it up, and then you don't advance the runner. Or you saw it on Tuesday. Neil Walker hits it a little too hard. He actually hits into a double play late in the game when the Phillies could really have used to move over a runner, but it was a double play, and then they have 2 outs and nobody on in a tie game. So the bunt is a lost art form, but with the way guys hit nowadays, you can move guys over with the swing of the bat, and sometimes you hit them in. You get more than one base. Kane's down 0-2 here with the runner on third, and that one's way outside. It's 1-2. Kane flew out to center his first at bat. 4 for 6 in Tuesday's game. He was 0 for 5 in yesterday's game. He was player of the game on Tuesday with the 2 RBIs. Or had an RBI, but had 2 doubles in that game. And there's a throw back to third, but Gregorius not close to holding him on, so just a fun extra throw for Real Muto. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Tied him up on that pitch. Yeah, Kane knows it. Second strikeout for Velazquez, and there's 2 away here in the third.
Number 7, Eric Sogard.
So Sogard's going to get a chance to hit in Arcia with 2 outs here. Sogard's still looking for his first RBI of the season. That one's in. Sogard had a double in yesterday's game. Looking to give the Brewers the lead here. Here's the pitch. He's in there for a strike. Sogard, Urias, and Holt all kind of sharing time over at third for the time being. Jed Jerko is getting all the starts. Had a little bit of a rough patch. So Craig Counsell opting to go with some other guys over there. Might see Jerko back in the starting lineup here eventually. 2-2 on Sogard. Arcia tied it up with an RBI double that scored Ben Gamel, who hit a double himself. The 2-2 to Sogard. This is inside, 3-2. Velazquez comes set. Check of Arcia at third. Here's the full count pitch. Strike 3 at the top of the zone. Sogard can't believe it. That'll do it for the Brewers. But Orlando Arcia here with the RBI double to the corner. Ties this one up in the third. It's 1-1. JT Realmuto leads it off for the Phillies in the fourth.
JT Realmuto.
That one misses, 1-0. There's a strike, 1-1. So since giving up that run in the first, Lauer's settling down here. Just giving up the double. It has worked pretty well, as there's a rip right at Hira, and he's got that one for out number 1.
Now batting, third baseman, Didi Gregorio.
Brings up Didi Gregorius. He flew out to center his last at-bat, back in the first. And that one's hit to left, and the shift was on. And Gregorius is going to make the turn. He's on his way to second. Throw by Garcia is not in time. And there's another double for the Phillies. So back-to-back innings with the double for Philadelphia. 5th double of the season for Gregorius.
Nick Williams.
second of the series, and that brings up Nick Williams. And he fouls one behind home plate. It's 0-1. Gorias continue to rake him here in this series. Six for 16 as Williams fouls that one in foul territory. Sogard's there. He'll make the catch. Make sure someone's covering third. And there's two away.
Second base. John.
Take a look at how fast these guys are throwing tonight. Velazquez topping out at 96. Lauer at 94. So not quite the speed we were seeing earlier in the series. That brings up Josh Harrison with 2 outs. Runner on second. Here comes the pitch. That one misses. 1-0. If anyone's wondering, peanut butter parfait has arrived. So my mouth will sound like I'm eating, or I got peanut residue in my teeth. That one misses. 2-0. It's probably why they don't do a lot of broadcasts for people to eat. It's probably really distracting. Luckily, I have the microphone away from me. I don't have like a headset or anything, so it probably works out better. Here's the 2-0 from Lauer, and that one's hit to the right side. Hira's got it, bobbles it again, but has plenty of time to get Harrison, and the side is retired. So Lauer once again works around the double. We head to the bottom of the fourth, still tied at 1. Castanera leads off for the Brewers here in the fourth.
The second baseman.
Having kind of a rough day over at second. All the grounders he's had have been bobbled. Made a clean play on the line drive. As he fouls that one over at the Brewers bench, heads up. Oh, 1 pitch. That's in there for a strike. 0-2. Hira struck out looking his last at bat. This is the 0-2 pitch in the dirt. 1-2. That one's hit on the right side through the hole for a base hit. So Hira's on with a leadoff single. Heston here continuing to hit Phillies pitching.
The left fielder.
Let's tally up those hits for the series. 1 tonight, 3 last night, 4, 6, 7 hits. This series, he had 6 in Philadelphia, 13 hits. 13 of his 23 hits on the season have come against the Phillies. That's a pretty amazing statistic right there, if I may say so myself. Avisail Garcia is in there. And he hits one to Kingery, the flip to Harrison, and there's a double play. So good ground ball pitch there from Velazquez. Erases the base running threats, and there's 2 away.
Omar Narvaez.
Omar Narvaez bats with 2 outs here in the fourth. And he swings and misses at that knuckle curve. It's 0-1. And he hits that one up the middle. Harrison's there on the backhand, kind of side throw. Plenty of time to get Narvaez. Nice play by Harrison. The ball in the hole, got rid of it quickly. And the Brewers are down here in the fourth. Oh, Heidi Watney's talking. I'm going to take a few bites of this peanut butter parfait brought to you by Dairy Queen. I guess I have a sponsor now. Not really. They're not paying me.
Leading off for the Phillies, the pitcher, number 21, Velazquez.
All right. Quick ice cream break is over. Vince Velazquez is ready to hit. See, I didn't miss any action. It all worked out. He's still swiping around the box and everything. All right, here we go. Top of the fifth here. Tied up at 1. There's a strike. This is a simulated franchise mode of MLB The Show 2020. You're watching it on youtube.com/TuckerComedy. Like the video, subscribe. This is Inside 101. Share the links with friends. Let them know. Everything little thing helps, especially if we get a lot of views on them. And they start showing up randomly in people's feeds as recommendations, which is nice. So anything you can do to help the cause. As Velazquez hits one to center, Kane is racing under it. He's there for out number 1.
The batter, the shortstop, Josh Kingery.
Some Brewers and Phillies. Brewers won the first 3 games of this series, all in extra innings. Kingery's in there, takes a strike. The last time the Brewers played 3 straight extra inning games was September 21st through the 23rd of 2017 against the Chicago Cubs. Now in this 3-game stretch, Phillies-Brewers, Brewers won all 3. Against the Cubs, they were 1-2. That was the last time. Kingery tries to bunt to get on, but he fouls it off. It's 1-2. And there's a pop-up. Smoke is there, straddling the line. Kingery's going to run right through him, literally. And there's out number 2. Kingery thinks he's on base, but that is not how it works. When the ball is caught in the air, you are out.
Mccutchen.
Take a look at where that pitch ended up. Right at the top of the zone. Kingery right under it. Hits it right up the elevator shaft, and there's 2 away. Bring up. And there's one that misses, 1-0. That one's in there for a strike. McCutchen leading the Phillies in batting average, batting over 300, the only Philly to be batting over 300. Came in today batting 333. 1-1 pitch, ripped down the line, but foul. One-two pitch. Just a bit inside, 2-2. Now, there's one thing these 2 teams hope for. It's a 9-inning game. That one's in there, called strike 3. Great pitch by Lauer. McCutchen thinks he's going to keep hitting, but everyone's leaving the field, so that'd be awkward if he stayed there. That one. Nope, looks like Heidi Watney is going to do a report, and I think this means it's time for another Dairy Queen ice cream break.
Leading off for the Brewers, the first
Justin
baseman,
Smoke leads off the bottom of the 5th.
Smoke.
Brewers have just 2 hits, got them last inning with back-to-back doubles from Gamble and Arcia. They're 2 innings ago. Back in the 3rd. There's a strike, 1-1. I'm starting to regret my decision, mostly because peanut butter parfaits have peanuts, and they have, it's a Spanish piece, so it's got like that little coating or like that little shell around it, and those suckers can get stuck in the back of your throat, and it's very annoying. I see I have a new viewer. I see I got a comment on this video. It's probably about my Dairy Queen selection, I can only imagine. Nope, because I don't have the media down. Oh, yep, we do need to free Heidi as Justin Smoke goes down on strikes for out number 1. 4th strikeout of the game for Vince Velazquez.
The right fielder, number
There's
16.
one away. Well, if you just joined us, Phillies got on the board in the 1st. an RBI single from Bryce Harper. And then in the third, Brewers go back-to-back doubles to score their run. And that's where we are here in the fifth. Ben Gamel, who hit one of those doubles in the third, is in there with the ball. Christian Yelich on the IL. He's going to be out for a couple of weeks with an inflamed hip. 1-0 to Gamel. That one's ripped down the line, but foul. Brewers and Phillies deadlock. That's been a common theme for this series. I mentioned last half inning, 3 straight extra inning games for the Brewers. First time that's happened since 2017. And that's a swing and a miss. So back-to-back strikeouts for Velazquez. There's 2 away.
The batter, number 3.
They do go extra innings again. It'll be interesting to find out when the last time the Brewers had 4 extra inning games in a row. I have over 50 years, actually exactly 50 years of games to look at. A lot of good resources out there on the internet. Go to Baseball Reference. I found like another one that can give you records against specific teams. I think it's like M cubed something, M cubed 3, I believe. A lot of good resources out there for any baseball stat that you might want. You just got to know the right question to ask when you go to these things. Garcia hits one up the middle, but right back to Velazquez. He's got it. And a 1-2-3 inning for the Phillies. So, Brewers go down in order after 5. We're still tied at 1. Bryce Harper steps in, 1 for 2 on the day. Had the RBI single for the Phillies. One thing I'm learning about when doing all these broadcasts is like the type of language. You don't really think about it until you start actually saying a lot. So like a 1-2-3 inning, who was that for? You know, was that the Phillies? You know, 1-2-3 inning for the Phillies, or was it for the Brewers because they were hitting? You know, who was it for? These are the things that you don't think about when you're watching a game. As Harper rips one to left side, Sogard's there, and he's going to make the play for out number 1. Great play by Sogard. Harper tried to beat the shift, and Sogard did not let that one happen. There's 1 away. Or like a walk-off win. Who walked off who? I know you walk it off for a team, so do you know, Kira walked it off for the Brewers? You know, or is it, you know, or the Phillies are the ones walking off the field. Like, shouldn't they be the ones that are walked off on? These are the things that you take for granted. As there's a hit to center, Kane racing in, and he's going to play it on the hop, and Hoskins is on with a 1-out single. So Kane thinking that was diving a little quicker than he thought.
Up next for Philadelphia.
A lot of topspin on that one, and all Kane can do is play it on the hop. And there's the runner on for JT Realmuto. But I will say, in my defense, I did not go to broadcasting school. So why, I mean, is that like a class you take on just like baseball broadcasting? As there's a rip to left field, Garcia racing back. He's at the track, at the wall, and that is out of here. JT Realmuto hits a 2-run shot on the first pitch he sees, and the Phillies have a 3-1 lead. Fifth home run of the season for Realmuto. Take a look at that one again. That one up in the zone. 388, 102 off the bat, right into the restaurant there, and Counsell has seen enough. So he's going to go to his bullpen here in the 6th. Another short start by Brewers pitching. We'll flip the ball over to Counsell, and Lauer's day is over. He's going to go 5 1/3, gives up 2 earned. And the Brewers are going to have to see if their bullpen can hold this Phillies team at 3.
Please.
JP Fireeisen comes in, his 11th appearance of the season. Got the win in Monday's game.
Fireeisen.
Pitched a scoreless 10th. He's gone 8 1/3, 2.16 ERA. Strikes and walks a little even still, but he's bounced back
Now
really
back,
well.
Third baseman, Didi.
Has pitched very effectively for the Brewers this season. There's the 1-0 from Fireisen. That one's grounded over to the left side, and Gregorius beats the shift again. Garcia's there, so it's going to hold Gregorius to a single. Back-to-back hits for the Phillies here
Now
in the
back,
sixth.
The center fielder, Nick.
Actually, 3 straight hits
Williams.
for the Phillies in the sixth. Nick Williams bats with 1 out and a runner on first. And that's in there for a strike. Another rough start for Lauer. It's not that he's given up a ton of runs. 3 runs, not a lot. Gets through this inning with just 1. Even 3 innings or 3 runs is a quality start. Williams hits that one to left, but plenty of room for Garcia. Makes the catch, and there's 2 away.
The batter, number 7, second baseman, Josh Harrison.
Josh Harrison's up. He's grounded out to second twice. That one misses 1-0. Brewers have the pitcher spot leading off in the sixth. So this will be the only inning of work for Fireisen. See who Craig Counsell goes to in that situation. Here's the 1-0. Misses as well. 2-0. Pitcher spot on deck for the Phillies, so maybe working around Harrison here a little bit. Maybe forcing the hand of Joe Girardi even. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one's grounded back. 2-1. You got to imagine Velazquez will go back out there. He's pitched a really good game. He's only given up 3 hits for 1 run. That's 4 strikeouts. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one's fouled. 2-2. Two pitch to Harrison, and that one's hit up the middle for a base hit. I'll bring up Velazquez here with 2 away in the sixth. So the Phillies clear the pitcher spot.
Now batting,
Velazquez
the pitcher,
helped himself here with a base hit.
Velazquez.
Good swing on that one. Nice line drive right back up the middle, and Velazquez hits with 2 outs and 2 on. Takes a strike. 95 at the top of the zone. Oh, 1 pitch. Just a bit inside. 1-1. Gregorius over at first. Gregorius at second. Harrison at first. Phillies already have 2 in on the Real Muto home run. That one misses 2-1. So Fireisen falling behind on the opposing pitcher here. Not a situation you want to be in here. The guy you want to get, don't want to bring that top of the order around. Save that for the 7th. 2-1 pitch from Fireisen. Just down. Looked like a good pitch at the bottom of the zone. Home plate umpire does not agree. And it's 3-1 on Velazquez. Fireisen needs to battle back here. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That one's driven foul. So runners going to get a head start here. Base hit already without being in motion would have scored Gregorius. Here's the full count. Runners on the move, and that one's fouled away. Brewers trail by 2, top of the 6th. 3-2 pitch. That one's grounded over to the right side. Here has got it. Make a little pirouette. Makes the throw. Smokes got it. And now retire the side. But JT Realmuto breaks the tie. Hits a blast to left field. Phillies lead 3-1.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Pinch hitting for the Brewers, number 8, Ryan Braun.
So Ryan Braun is going to pinch hit here in the 6th. And he hits that one foul right on that one. Braun got the start on Monday, came off the bench in yesterday's game. Or pinch hit on Tuesday, I beg your pardon, was 0 for 1. And that one misses, 1-1. So easy to just say, like, oh, in the extra inning games. And usually that's just 1 in a series, but here you have 3 to choose from. 1-1 pitch to Braun. Fouls that one away, 1-2. Did a good job of going with that slider on the outside part of the plate, but wasn't able to get enough of the bat on it, and it's 1-2. And there's a fly ball to shallow left center. McCutchen's there, and there's one away.
Up next from Milwaukee, the center fielder, Lorenzo Cain.
Brings up Lorenzo Cain. 0 for 2 on the game. Strikeout and a fly out. That one's in there for a strike. Velazquez moving along since giving up that run in the 3rd. He's retired his last 10 batters. Even though he gave up the single, he erased that with the double play. Here's the 0-1 to Cain in the dirt, 1-1. Another one that misses down, 2-1. Brewers showing by 2 here in the 6th. And there's a rip up the middle. That's going to get it down for a base hit. Once again, hard to tell with these angles and just watching it on the screen here. You know, if a guy's actually going to make a play or if the ball's going to do what it's going to do. But Cain is on with a base hit, and Eric Sogard bats with 1 out. It's down 1-0. So Sogard has done really well in the pinch hit situations. Craig Counsell giving him a chance. Starting over at 3rd. Only has 1 hit while starting in this series. Double in yesterday's game. 1-0 pitch misses. It's 2-0. And there's a pop-up. Williams is there, and he's going to make the catch for out number 2. So 2 away for Keston Hiura.
Now batting.
Singled his last at-bat, was erased on the double play.
Hiura.
Pitch to Hiura. That one just catches the corner. It's 0-1. Victor Arano, Hector Neris warming up in the Phillies bullpen. Phillies got the top of the order coming up. So Velazquez could go another one. He's only thrown 74 pitches. In the dirt, 1-1. Slider, another one that misses. Counts now in Keston Hiura's favor, 2-1. Brewers trail by 2 here in the 6th. Get a little 2-out magic here. Here's the pitch. Ripped down the line, but Gregorius is there. Throw across the diamond for the 3rd out of the inning. So Cain gets on with a base hit. He's left stranded. And after 6, Brewers trail 3-1.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Brewers, number 46.
Corey Knebel's coming in for the 7th inning.
Knebel.
He's going to face the top of the order here.
Leading off for Philadelphia, the shortstop, Scott Kingery.
And that one's fouled away. Pitched a scoreless eighth in yesterday's game. Has been finding himself in a lot of trouble, though. He has 8 walks on the season. Seems like he's been pitching with a lot of guys on base lately. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 100 miles an hour at the top of the zone. Good luck hitting that one. It's 0-2. Campbell trying to leave it here at 3-1. Trying to give his team some at-bats to get back in this one. That one misses. Good waste pitch on the inside part. 1-2. Nothing that pitch is going to do except break a bat. Some stings in the bee stings in the hands. And that one misses. 2-2. So Kingery's worked it back even. There's the pitch from Knebel. Just missing the bottom of the zone, and it's a full count. Full count pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Knebel gets Kingery on strikes. And there's one away.
Now batting, left fielder, Andrew McCutchen.
Andrew McCutchen's up with 1 out. 1 for 2 on the game. He takes one inside, 1-0. So the Brewers will start a 9-game road trip tomorrow. They go over to New York. Mets have lost 3 straight entering today against the Braves. Braves have won 4 straight. 1-0 pitch. That misses. 2-0. Brewers looking to keep pace in the NL Central. Cubs won in Baltimore yesterday. They split that series. There's the 2-0 pitch. Curveball that McCutchen gets under. Garcia is going to get back into the corner, and he's got it for out number 2.
The right fielder, number 3.
Reds and Giants, they're playing in Cincinnati. Playing the rubber match tonight. And over in the American League, some pretty big winning and losing streaks going on over there. Mariners, they're trying to snap a 12-game losing streak. And they're facing the A's, who lead the AL West. So no easy feat there. But the A's, they've been slumping as well. They just got swept by the Red Sox, who have won 8 straight games and lead the NL or the AL East. Harper takes a strike, and it's 0-1. So a lot of good matchups early on this season. A couple of division leaders going off against each other. Mets and Braves. A's and Red Sox. There's the 0-1. Up and in, 1-1. No matter what time of the year, divisional games are always big games. It can mean a lot as they get down to the end of the season. 1-1 pitch. Fouled back. It's 1-2. Cubs lead the NL Central by 2 on the Brewers. Here's the 1-2. And fouled right between the legs of both the home plate umpire and Omar Narvaez. We'll try it again at 1-2. Harper had the RBI single back in the first. Real Muto with the 2-run homer last inning. Way inside to. That guy brought a sign with Corey Knebel's name on it and number. I guess. You got the color scheme right, I guess. 2-2 pitch to Harper. Swing and a miss. So a good 1-2-3 inning by Corey Knebel. Gets a couple of strikeouts. And we head to the stretch. Brewers looking to make some late magic happen once again. They trail by 2. So we head to the bottom of the 7th, which is now. Victor Arano is in to work the 7th inning for the Phillies.
Victor Arano. Leading off for the Brewers, the left fielder, Avisail Garcia.
Arano faces off against Garcia to lead off the 7th. Ends in there for a strike. Arano last pitched on Tuesday, went 1 2/3, gave up the sac fly to Keston Hira in the 12th. So he started the 11th, got a scoreless inning there, and then got into some trouble, loaded up the bases, and Hira hit the deep fly to left. That would end it. Arano's given up 13 runs on the season. That leads this Phillies bullpen, 14 ERA. Giving up 2 home runs. Brewers looking to throw. Oh, man. There's that peanut shell thing from the peanut butter parfait coming back. Brewers looking for a blast here. Looking for a little spark here in the 7th. And that's ripped down the line. And that's going to get over the head of Gregorius, and Garcia's on with a leadoff single. So the Brewers in business here. And that's going to bring up Omar Narvaez.
Catcher, Omar Narvaez.
Pitch to Narvaez. That misses down low, 1-0. So the Brewers against this Phillies bullpen has been very successful, and this Phillies bullpen has struggled for the most part this season. They have a 6.16 ERA, which I've mentioned before. There's no way of tracking bullpen versus starter ERA in MLB The Show. I'd have to go through everybody's, which I don't want to do. And 6.16 has got to be among one of the league worst. So hopefully the Brewers can get after this bullpen and make a little bit of a comeback. Here's the 1-1 to Narvaez, and that's in the hole for a base hit. And that gets by Harper. Garcia's going to head to third, so runners at the corners, nobody out here in the 7th. So we'll see what the scoring decision is on that one. Could be, it's going to be a single. But Garcia's going to move up on the air. He had no intentions of moving over. See a little hop over the ball there. And Justin Smoke's going to hit with runners at the corners here and nobody out. Smoke 2 home runs in last night's game. A home run would be mighty fine here. Here's the pitch from Arano. Down, and it's 1-0. Just a base hit or something to get that run in, cut this deficit a little bit. Here's the 1-0. Slider hung up in there, but a little up and away. And it's 1-1. Excuse me. 1-1 pitch. Fouled into the netting. 1-2. Tried to go back to that same spot with the slider. Smoke was able to fight it off. Arano in the driver's seat here. 1-2 pitch to Smoke. Swing and a miss. Gave him the heater right on the inside part of the plate. Smoke's down on strikes, and there's one away.
The right fielder, number 16, Ben Gamble.
A good pitch. Gave him the fastball and said, come and try and hit it. Smoke not able to turn on it.
Your attention, please.
And Arano's going to make way for Adam Morgan here. So, going to do a lefty-on-lefty matchup here, Joe Girardi's thinking. Adam Morgan coming in for his 14th game of the season. That's most in this Phillies bullpen. It's gone 11 innings, giving up 5 runs, no home runs, 12 strikeouts. He faces Ben Gamble, looking for a double play ball here. Here's the pitch, and that's ripped over to the right side. Harrison's going to make a diving grab, and he can't make it. Harper doesn't play the ball well that time either, but Narvaez is going to hang out at second, and Ben Gamble gets the RBI single.
Shortstop, Orlando Garcia.
So Gamble not concerned too much about a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Gets the base hit. Brewers now trail by 1 here in the 7th. We'll bring up Orlando Garcia. 1 for 2, RBI double, back in the 3rd. Looking to keep this inning going for the Brewers. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Here's the pitch from Morgan. Up the middle, base hit. Narvaez is at third. He is going to come around to score. Throw is offline, and Narvaez ties it up. Orlando Garcia coming through in the clutch an RBI single, and this game is tied. Great piece of hitting, ramps off the mound nicely. Narvaez being aggressive, bad throw by Williams. Takes Realmuto up the line, and Narvaez in there for the tying run. So a good job by the Brewers this inning.
Hitting for the Brewers.
Not having to rely on that long ball. And they score 2 here in the 7th, and we have a brand new ball game. Brock Holt is going to hit in the pitcher's spot. And that one's in the dirt. Nice block by Realmuto. Runners hold where they're at, and it's 1-0. Holt looking to break out of a little bit of a slump himself here. Can really come through for the Brewers here with a base hit. There's the 1-0 pitch. That one's inside, 2-0. Gamble at second's got good wheels. Base hit should score him. This one's hit right on a line. A chance to take the lead here. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good slider by Morgan. And it's 2-1. It's been one of the problems with Holt. He's been very aggressive with the bat when he's in favorable counts, and it's kind of done him in a few times. Let's see what happens here on 2-1. Swing and a miss. Another good slider. Holt way out in front. Gonna take a quick powder break. He's back in there. 2 on, 1 out. 2 are already in for the Brewers here in the 7th. Here's the pitch to Holt. Swing and a drive to right, but Harper's there. Gamble's at second. He's not going to go. Good throw by Harper, and there's 2 away.
The center fielder, number 6.
Lorenzo Cain is up.
Cain.
He's 1 for 3, singled in his last at-bat. Looking to give the Brewers the lead here late. Gamble at second, Garcia over at first. There's the pitch, in there for a strike. Oh, 1 to Cain. Fouled off to the right side. It's quickly 0-2. Got a good pitch there on the outer half. Tried to go with it to right. Just couldn't keep it in play. And Cain is at 0-2 here. Check of Gamble at second. Here's the pitch. Will pop up to first. Hoskins is there, and that will retire the side. So the Brewers get 2 runs, but they leave 2 on. We are tied at 3 after 7.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Brewers.
David Phelps is coming in for his